Nobody prepares you for this part. When people talk about wealth, they talk about outcomes, the house, the freedom, passive income, the ability to say no without consequences. That's what we see. That's what we admire. But almost no one talks about what comes before that. The phase in between, the phase where nothing looks impressive, the phase where you are doing everything right, and it still feels like you are falling behind. This is the loneliest phase of wealth building. It starts quietly. In the beginning, your decisions don't feel like sacrifice. They feel logical. You choose to invest instead of upgrade. You choose to save instead of spend. You delay gratification instead of chasing it. It all makes sense. On paper, everything looks right. You feel in control. You feel disciplined. You feel like you are doing what most people won't, but life is not lived on paper. Soon the contrast begins to show. The people around you start upgrading their lives. Better cars, bigger homes, more vacations. Social media amplifies it. Every scroll shows progress, enjoyment, upgrades. Conversations start revolving around it, and you are there doing none of it. Not because you can't, but because you chose not to. This is where the discomfort begins, not financial, emotional. Because from the outside it starts to look like you are not progressing, like you are being too cautious, like you are missing out. And the worst part is not what others think, it's when you start believing it yourself. You start questioning your path. Should I enjoy more now? Am I being too rigid? What if I am overthinking all of this? This internal dialogue is what breaks most people, not lack of knowledge, not lack of income, just the inability to sit with invisible progress. Wealth building, at its core, requires saying no more often than yes. No to spontaneous upgrades, no to unnecessary commitments, no to keeping up with others. And every no slowly distances you from the crowd. It's subtle, but real. You skip trips. You avoid certain conversations. You stop relating to spending patterns around you. You're not disconnected, but you are no longer fully aligned either. And that space is lonely. Most things in life give quick feedback. You work harder, you get promoted, you exercise, you see results, you study, you score better. But wealth doesn't work like that. Wealth is slow, silent, delayed. For years it feels like nothing is happening. Your portfolio moves, but not meaningfully. Your savings grow, but not dramatically. There are no breakthroughs, no applause, no visible milestones, just consistency. And consistency without validation is one of the hardest things to sustain. Almost everyone reaches a breaking point, not a dramatic one, a quiet one, where you are tempted to bend your own rules. Maybe a bigger car than planned, maybe a house slightly beyond comfort, maybe a lifestyle upgrade just this once. Because after years of discipline, you want to feel something. You want proof that it is worth it. This is where most wealth journeys quietly derail, not through one big mistake, but through small justified deviations, small decisions that feel harmless in the moment, but slowly compound in the wrong direction. And before you realize it, the path you were so disciplined about begins to drift. But if you hold on, really hold on, something starts to shift, not suddenly, not dramatically, but meaningfully. Your investments begin to work harder than you. Your income is no longer fully consumed. Your decisions carry less pressure, and slowly the noise around you starts to matter less. And one day, almost unexpectedly, you realize something has changed. You are no longer chasing money. Money is quietly supporting your life. The pressure reduces, the urgency fades. And for the first time, your decisions feel truly yours, not driven by comparison, not driven by fear, but by clarity. Here is the truth no one says clearly. This lonely phase is not a sign that you are doing something wrong. It is proof that you are on the right path. Because real wealth is built in isolation before it is visible in public. What looks like silence from the outside is actually compounding happening underneath. If you can sit through this phase without needing validation, without rushing the outcome, you gain something far more valuable than money. You gain control, the kind where you don't have to explain your choices, the kind where you don't need to keep up, the kind where your life is not dictated by others' expectations. And that is worth the loneliness.